The National Identity Management Commission has refuted claims that the sensitive data of Nigerian citizens are being exposed online, reassuring the public that their data has not been compromised. NIMC identified several websites as data harvesters not authorized by the Commission and urges Nigerians to disregard any services offered by these websites as they are potentially fraudulent and unauthorized. According to the Commission, it has taken strong measures to protect the nation's database from cyber threats, ensuring a secure and world-class database in compliance with the Nigeria Data Protection Law. Now, the Commission reaffirms its commitment to upholding ethical standards in data protection as directed by the federal government and international data privacy regulations. Let's bring in Dr. Ikoku. He's the Deputy Director, Strategy and Programs Office at NIMC. Thank you for joining us on News Night.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's not enough to just reassure Nigerians that our data is safe and that we should stay away, well, Nigerians should stay away from, this data harvesters online. Exactly what measures are you putting in place to ensure that Nigerians, the data is not compromised in any way or form?
Okay, what's really happening is rather unfortunate. However, the Commission, like we have put out there, is certainly not responsible for whatever leaks there may be. And I wish to reiterate that that is the case. NIMC data has never been breached or leaked, and with the measures in place, we're not likely to be. I think I may want to lay claim also to having an ironclad data center with all of the security measures expected, cyber security measures expected, and all of that is in place to ensure that no such thing happens. However, it's most unfortunate that the claim has gone out that such a thing really happened, and I would also say that those also putting that out want to make a media hoax of the whole thing. They pretty much sound like agents provocateurs of some sort, but I'm not here to trade words, But
right. But is NIMC going out of its way to investigate and ensure that indeed, beyond just saying it, that you're actually investigating to ensure that truly there's no breach of, the data or information, vital information of Nigerians out there?
Most certainly, that has happened. We've opened up before now to the relevant agencies of government to conduct such investigations, and we've pretty much come out clean that no such breaches occurred. So.
Are you able to tell us off the top of your head, the number of Nigerians data that you have right now, presently?
Well, presently we are 108 million and counting.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's about half of the 200 or so million population.
Well, I wouldn't want to, I wouldn't know how many Nigerians.
Well, at least we're told it's above 200 million.
Yeah, that's what the demographics and statisticians say, by way of projection. So, but we are about 108 million in the database, making it obviously about the biggest database you can think of, even in the continent of Africa.
That's interesting. You do have licensed partners.
Sure.
What exactly do they do? What is the scope of their, their work, or what you do with them?
Okay, the licensed partners are majorly private sector concerns that were licensed and brought in to help out in data capture. And that's basically what they do. They capture data for NIMC, but nevertheless, the activity of NIN generation, the National Identification Number generation, still resides with the Commission. So when that is done, there's a deduplication effort at the back end, and once that is completed, then the individual gets the NIN issued to him. And usually when that happens, the person gets a slip. So,
these partners, are they allowed to scan or store national identity numbers?
Oh, certainly not. Okay. They're not allowed to do any such thing, you know, but they are also the avenue in passing on the national identification number to the enrollee. They just print it out. As a matter of fact, part of the measures in place is that that number or the record so captured does not reside in the client, in the device used to capture it. You know, it has more like an expiration within which, of course, you can't even find it on that machine locally.
Well, how long does it take to be erased from, you know, the device?
Usually it will be about 72 hours.
In 72 hours, a lot can happen.
Oh,
don't
certainly.
You think? Right.
A lot can happen. So from time to time, they are put on their toes and they are fully understand. I want to believe that they fully understand the expectations of the Commission towards keeping the data safe that they've collected. You know.
Now, you've been warning, I mean, NIMC is warning Nigerians and telling Nigerians to beware or be wary of this data harvesters online. How can the average Nigerian, the individual, you know, help themselves protect, you know, their own data and information from getting into the wrong hands?
Well, they need to show forth some discipline. The sensitization has to go on very strongly too. And I would say that those harvesters usually present in an unsuspecting way, to an unsuspecting mind. And before you know what's happening, you've more or less volunteered very sensitive personal data to them. And of course, they go all out to do what they want to do with that, which is most unfortunate. So I would say that those in the cyberspace should be very conscious, okay, of those sites. NIMC will stop at nothing. Will continue to publish those we think are responsible for this, and more or less to sensitize Nigerians to stay clear of such sites.
So you do have a list of those sites that you can put out there for Nigerians to be wary of. Now, what's NIMC doing to apprehend the culprits for prosecution? Are you looking in that direction? What are you doing?
Oh, certainly, but that resides in the purview of the security agencies. So even if I do know what is being done, I don't think it's in my place to come announce it on air. But I trust that security agencies are doing their work, and very well too. And of course, before long, they too would have to brief Nigerians on the effort in that direction.
Okay, we wait to see, you know, how things do pan out in that direction. In the meantime, we're hoping that you will tighten, you know, every loose end if there are, to ensure that data, I keep saying well, data of Nigerians, because I'm a Nigerian, and I wouldn't want my information, sensitive material out there. Dr. Ikoku, Deputy Director, Strategy and Programs Office, NIMC. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight.
Thank you for having me.